All right. Well, welcome to another episode of Tangled Rights. I'm one of your hosts, Justin W. Wilson. And this is Shane D. Cox, the other host.
Yes.
There's beeping, but it's fine. So
we missed 11/11/11/11 because of you. Because
you didn't miss it. You were here.
I was here. I was here at 11/11.
I was alive at 11/11/11.
Okay.
So.
Just elsewhere. We are recording on Veterans Day, so I'm wearing my veteran themed hat. You have a Army green colored
OD green Zulu Foxtrot brand. I just like it. It's a good shirt. Oh yeah, Siri. Thanks for listening to it.
Always listening. This is episode 80 of Tangled Rights. We're hit number 80. That's exciting. This is not intended to be legal advice. So
nor is it intended to create a lawyer-client relationship.
Both of those things. We are just two guys who are idiots who talk about legal stuff.
Two guys.
Two attorneys. We are lawyers. We like
two guys, one what?
Licensed attorneys. Never
two
mind.
Guys, one podcast. Nothing. I'm sure there's already one of those. And if there's not, it was my idea.
Yeah.
So MRAPs are between 14 and 37 tons. So.
And Veterans Day, have you ever been to the parade that's right here? There are so many cars parked.
I expected the back lot to be full when I pulled up.
I think we've come into the office every Veterans Day. Like we just, are working on things on the holidays and our staff is not here. So
why would they be?
Because they live a lavish life of freedom.
They're welcome. That sounds shitty when I say that.
No, don't be a jerk. It's, there's pros and cons of being a business owner and having your own thing. And
yeah.
Have clients that want to come in on holidays too, right? And come see you, right?
That guy better come.
Oh, which one?
This is the second, the one that,
not yesterday? Oh, or last Friday.
The other guy that was Friday, moved to today. If he is not here, we're not going to sign him.
Okay, cool.
That's another good thing I get to do. If you snub me twice and tell me, oh, I'll be there, and I come in on a holiday to do whatever, and you don't show up, I guess I'm never going to represent you because I get to choose to do that or not. And
very accurate.
Yeah. We've done that a couple times.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It's funny when they get like mad about it. They're like, oh, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't want my money? What are you talking about?
I had something come up. Yeah, then that's going to be the story every time. And then the judge is going to say, well, you have to show up to court. Well, I had something. There was a reason I couldn't be there. And then you go to prison.
And it's my fault.
And then you go to prison. Or my fault. Yeah. Could be.
That one.
No.
I mean, it's his fault. But
yeah.
At the same time.
We always talk about shared fault with things. So
yeah, I mean, So at the end of the day, it's the individual's choice how they behave. However, sometimes things can fall tactically that can have different results. Meaning you have a hearing on this date versus a hearing on that date. Let's say some new information comes to light. I've done that. Where I know my client got a DUI in a different jurisdiction. And so what do? I force her to get everything done really fast and then file a motion to place on calendar to close it out in this jurisdiction before they find out so she doesn't get 180 days. Just being clever, right? Whereas if you wait, maybe you're good, but maybe you're not. So if you're like, oh, well, the hearing's in 3 weeks instead of a week, she'll be fine. But then on day 18, they figure it out, right? It's her fault for getting the second DUI, but my fault for, you know what I mean? Like there's some joint blame.
Yes.
So
I understand.
Man, that case sucked. I was so glad she didn't get, because he would have sent her to jail for 180 days. Bonaventure was not playing around at that time.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that deserve it, don't deserve it.
Deserve.
But not deserve.
Earn.
You don't like that word? Earn?
No, they earn it.
Both? I don't know if there's a
distinction.
I don't know.
Deserve.
All right. I want to talk about a case. I've seen this name pop up. Do you know the name Adelson? Does that mean anything to you?
Nope.
You don't know who Sheldon Adelson is?
Isn't that the dude from How I Met Your Mother?
No.
That's not the character?
No. Sheldon Cooper is in Big Bang Theory.
Whatever.
Is that who you mean by Sheldon? No, Sheldon.
He's like autistic or something?
Yes.
But he's like real smart?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Sheldon.
Sure.
And then there's a young Sheldon.
Yes. there has been a young Sheldon. Sheldon Adelson.
Isn't there a TV show, Young Sheldon? Okay.
Yes. And this is where I heard the name Adelson, and I didn't know if it was connected. But Sheldon Adelson's probably the most famous Adelson. He owned, when he was alive, the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, which is
like Sands Casino.
Ton of casinos. Yep, ton of casinos.
There's money in that. Owning casinos.
There is, and he was like, he's Jewish. Adelson, I don't know if you know, is a Jewish last name. He was very connected with Netanyahu. Just very strong relationship there. So I kept hearing about this Adelson case, and I didn't look into it. So I looked into it for today. Nothing to do with Sheldon Adelson. Okay. Different Adelson. This is a rich Jewish family in Florida.
Some similarities.
All right. Rich Jewish family in Florida. They have a premier dental office that they own, the family. Okay. Passed down.
Premier dental office? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's like some of these dental offices are
they
like
give you
comfort,
real shiny teeth.
Comfort dental. They charge a little more and they just make everything like real nice in the office.
Like the room temperature is always like a perfect 76 degrees.
Maybe.
With a gentle ocean breeze blowing through.
I don't know, but they had.
I don't want to know what's in there.
Yeah. So interesting. Well, this has to do with a murder, obviously, because we talk about murders a lot, right?
We do talk about people.
We do be talking about people getting
regularly.
Killed. This is a guy named Dan Markel. Okay.
Markle.
Markel.
Okay.
Okay. He got his Juris Doctor degree. Juris Doctor, not Juris Doctorate. If you say Juris Doctorate, you're just wrong. It's a Juris Doctor degree.
Juris Doctor.
Okay.
And you'll refer to me as such.
And a lot of lawyers have that on their profiles. Juris Doctorate. There is no such thing as a Juris Doctorate. It is a Juris Doctor
Look
degree.
at Shane lording his intellect over others.
One of those things that I stand on business for. It's a Juris Doctor degree. It is a professional level degree, not technically a doctorate.
You're a professional degree.
So he got his Juris Doctor from a tiny school called Harvard University. All right. You've heard of it?
That's in Boston, right?
It's in Boston, I've heard. Boston. Yeah. Real fancy, real smart guy. He then was a professor at Florida State University.
FSU, also good school.
Florida State is in Tallahassee, Florida, which I think Tallahassee is so different from the rest of Florida because Tallahassee's
on the east, right?
Or
west.
Yeah, it's in the Panhandle. It is very southern. Like it's close to Alabama, Mississippi. Like it's more like those areas. Very
Lama.
Very humid. I don't know if that has anything to do with what I'm talking about, but met a girl.
I bet you people in humid environments are a little bit testier. Like just
I think so.
Probably just get a little angry, just constantly sweaty, irritated, might result in some murders that otherwise wouldn't happen because cooler heads can prevail.
Maybe that has something to do with this, maybe not. So he started dating a woman with the last name Adelson.
What?
Okay, all right.
Adelson dating an Adelson?
This is Dan Markel.
Oh, okay.
Dan Markel.
All right, there's the tie-in. All right, I was like, wait a minute.
Started dating this Adelson lady.
Okay.
They get married, have a couple kids.
All right.
And then she was in law school at the time, so they have that connection.
Right.
Fast forward a few years down the road, relationship sours. Have you ever heard of that happen before? And they are going through divorce proceedings. Okay. And they get divorced. And then, of course, fight over 2 children and how much time to spend with each child. We ended last week talking about this is our least favorite subject of law.
Got no desire to do any of that.
It doesn't matter how hard times get. I don't think we'd ever take family law. If it was the only law practice, maybe. I don't know,
man. I just go back to being a prosecutor.
But yeah,
just hang it up.
You'll always have those. Although
you could get there. I guarantee you we could both walk into that office right now.
Probably. They are hiring like crazy.
Well, also they like us.
Some do.
Most of them like me.
Depends on who's in charge of hiring. I don't know who that is.
Steve.
Is he?
He's the boss.
Ultimately, but
I'm sure it's
probably
Alex.
Subassigned
it's probably Alex Chen and
subassigned to somebody, right?
Oh, what the other gal? They just took over for Lolly and Daskus.
I don't
Alex
know.
Chen and Weckerly, Pam Weckerly.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
That's good.
They're the assistant.
She's good.
Yeah, no, they're both great.
She seems like she'd be a
Very
really
different,
good,
but good
boss. Very good people manager.
I've heard the culture has changed quite a bit. Just because Lolly and Daskus were very different than than these two, and that the culture's
Just less intense, I would.
I
Or
think
what?
probably a little bit more laid back, but also I think everybody's got management styles, and sometimes it lands with people, sometimes it doesn't. So what I've heard is that it's an improvement, it's a change, and it's good.
Okay. That's good. All right. So Dan Markle, Wendy Adelson,
Married, kids.
fast
Forward, they hate each other.
going through divorce,
Mad, they want to split their babies down the middle.
hating each other.
Don't do that.
Okay. And then Wendy ends up dating another law professor,
Okay.
which is just kind of interesting. But the law community is small.
Don't do that.
Lawyers seem to date other lawyers
No,
a
they
lot.
don't. Only idiots do that.
Well, it happens a
I'm
lot.
not doing that.
Okay. Well, it happens a lot.
Never would I
All
ever.
Whatever. Wendy's brother is Charles Adelson. Okay. Famous dentist. He has this big practice outside of Miami.
Famous dentist.
He drives a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I can't remember which. And then he has the license plate that says Maestro, which I think was the douchiest thing I've ever heard in my
Like
entire
Maestro?
life. Yeah. Like Maestro. Like,
Maestro.
yes. Which is a word meaning master or teacher.
Yeah, I thought it was teacher.
Teacher in Spanish specifically.
Yeah.
But Maestro is kind of like
He should
an
change his
expert.
name on his license plate to Mascota.
Why? Pet?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. July
It starts
18th,
with an M and it's a fun word.
July 18th, 2014, Markle is shot in his home, in his garage, in his car. 2 shots to the head with a 9mm, pronounced dead the next day.
Ruled a suicide.
Okay. Not ruled as suicide.
Oh, never mind. He wasn't a witness against the Clintons. Sorry. He was murdered.
And it was
I am not suicidal.
it was announced
That
immediately by the Tallahassee Police Department that this looked like a hit.
Yeah. Duh.
There is only one piece of evidence that comes out that describes a light-colored Prius that was driving away. Yeah.
Murderers do Priuses? What?
Robert Tellis.
Oh my God.
That was the one information. That was the one
Ugh.
link that led them to
Humidity and people that are like self-absorbed Prius drivers. That's what leads to murders. What's that South Park episode where they sniff their own farts
Yeah.
once they start driving Priuses with their heads up their own asses?
So there's a reward. Okay,
It's like a reward.
on the 1 year anniversary, they called a press conference and showed the Silver Pine Mika Toyota Prius, asking the public for help in locating the vehicle.
They waited a year to show it?
Well, the neighbor, gathering videos is one thing that they are doing, and
It's hard to ask people for things. Hey, you got this
and
thing?
they had just a small hit of what it was, right? Just a tiny light colored Prius is all that the neighbor said.
Sure.
And then the neighbor did find him, was trying to attend to him, but he was locked in his vehicle
And had
bleeding.
been shot in the head,
and had been shot in the head. Yes.
which, don't know if you know this, generally pretty dangerous.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
nearly
actually. I mean, surprisingly, right?
nearly 2 years later that they arrest the first individual in 2016, a man by the name of Sigfredo Garcia.
Siegfried and Roy?
Sigfredo Garcia.
My way's funny.
Siegfried and Roy. All right,
Nice.
sure. And there was evidence that he had traveled from Miami and was in the Tallahassee area. They had his cell phone. They had his toll. They had security camera footage, city buses showing him where they exactly were. And then they had been following, based on their cell phones, they had been following Markle as he ran errands. And then he went to the gym and then to his house. So
That's how they get you.
they pinged him everywhere,
How they
right?
get you.
Had the cell phone with him.
So they pinged both phones. He was tracking him, basically stalking his prey before pouncing
Exactly.
with bullets.
So there was a connection. There's another girl by the name of Catherine Magbanua. Okay. And she had dated a family member in the Adelson family and also dated this Sigfredo Garcia. Okay. Siegfried and Roy. And they determined that this Catherine Magbanua was on the payroll of the dental practice.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
She has a job. That's not that weird. Lots of people have jobs.
And there is evidence and a lot of testimony from all of the dental employees that she doesn't even do anything for them. Like she's never at the office.
Maybe she does things for the owner, like special tasks.
Yeah, no, that's what.
Like when he needs her to get like some dental products, she can go grab them for him, or maybe like run copies or something.
Dental products. All right, sure. So there is another criminal charge. So this is the string of how it goes. It's the shooter and the driver, who are separate people. The driver takes a deal.
Okay.
All right. The shooter goes to trial. The alleged shooter goes to trial and ends up losing at trial, even though it's a lot of circumstantial evidence. So he's convicted of first-degree murder. Okay.
Shoot.
This lady, Catherine Magbanua, is also combined in that trial.
Okay.
And she is found guilty as well.
Of what?
Of planning the murder.
Did they get some evidence somewhere that I missed? Like
I don't know. I haven't watched all of these.
There's some gaps here for me.
Yeah, of course. Like the jury of her peers found her guilty, though. All right, enough for that.
Guilty.
Whatever it is.
Guilty, whatever.
All right, and then next they charge this Charlie Adelson, who's the dentist. Okay, at the dental practice for first-degree murder. And then this is happening now, 2022. So we're having a string of all these people charged for murder in this.
His hobby was murder.
In this line of things. Okay,
that'd be a dumb hobby to have.
Magbanua, she had a hung jury the first time, so she had to be retried. The shooter didn't have to be retried. Well, it didn't have to be, but like
required.
It was not required.
Justice demands.
I guess a reminder: if there's ever a hung jury, it just goes back to the beginning.
If the prosecution wants to go through
and the prosecution gets to argue whether they still want that person held. Usually, being held on murder is a pretty serious thing.
If it's a hung jury, I mean, even with a murder, a lot of times you're going to get out.
If she remained in jail,
Sad.
Supposedly, it was a 10-2 for conviction with 2 holdouts. So that never factors in. The jury's never officially polled by the court, but a jury member is free to go and talk to whoever they want and say, yeah, it was 10-4 and 2 against. Okay. It'll just say whether they did or didn't get there. Right. And that's never anything official for the court to consider. They would not take into consideration, hey, 11 people thought that they were guilty, or
you're mostly guilty.
Only one person thought you're guilty.
Or you're mostly innocent. So we'll let you out.
You kind of go back to this pre-holding, which you had pre-trial, and the arguments are just kind of the same on why they should be held or not. Although I do think that the judge would consider, hey, it wasn't unanimous. Not everybody thought this person was guilty. So, there is some reasonable doubt.
And you're still innocent.
But that's not the standard for the judge, whether, it's the same standard as before.
Yeah.
Right. So then she gets retried, and then she is convicted.
They figured out the issues they needed to present.
I guess so.
That's the thing I don't like about that, is because it gives the prosecution an opportunity to
feels like a way around double jeopardy.
Oh, this is what didn't work. I got to talk to the jury, and they told me this. Oh, we had some questions about this.
Gives the defense the same, though, right?
I understand, but the defense is on the back foot. They're not the ones who are losing liberty. The defense is losing liberty here. The prosecution has nothing to lose, right? They're just going to lose and go back to their day. Go to Chili's, or Applebee's. Start a fight in the parking lot, whatever. You never done that? Oh, damn. Me neither.
All right, so fast forward to 2023. Charlie Adelson was on trial for murder. Okay, so now we're getting into recent time. Starts October 26th. Goes to November 6th.
Okay.
He's found guilty of first-degree murder as well. Okay. Convicted, and conspiracy and solicitation that he had hired.
Oh, solicitation for murder.
He had hired the first, not anything else.
I was like, what?
Had hired these people.
He just happened to be picking up a prostitute when they arrested him.
I mentioned the new boyfriend, who was also a law professor, who was dating Wendy Adelson.
Mm-hmm.
He was obviously around the family, and he made some comments to media. He said that they absolutely hated Markle. All of her family absolutely hated Dan Markle. And it was like it was their hobby. was hating this guy. Like they were consumed with it.
Mr. Markle has a very hateable face.
Have you seen his face? Is that what you're saying? He looks like a normal white dude.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, that's
like average white dude wears glasses.
Could you be less average and less white?
Okay, all right. I'm an average looking guy, I think, but I'm not
Let's
soliciting.
say you're above average.
I'm not soliciting anything there.
I mean, let's put it on a number of drinks, right? I'm going to say like
we should not.
4 drinks to give some smooches to you.
All right, so December 12th.
They see his fucking face when I said,
I don't want any of this. December 12th, 2023. Okay. He is sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah, murder will do that to you.
All right.
Yeah, that's what happens usually.
So during this time, November 13th, 2023, Donna Adelson, who's the mother of Charles, was arrested at the Miami airport because she's trying to fly on a one-way ticket with her husband to Vietnam, a country that has no extradition. They find her Google results too. She had been looking up countries with no extradition.
How to murder.
Arrested at the airport, okay? I don't know how this one flew by me because there's been so many interesting things.
Sounds like there's some elements here.
She is charged with first-degree murder.
Did everybody in the family just gang up on this dude?
Her trial was earlier this year, August 22nd is when it started. Another couple-week trial ended September 4th, just October 13th, a little less than a month ago. She was sentenced to life imprisonment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mentioned this one. Maybe it's not the end of the story. Like, this is a murder back in 2014, and now we have 5 different people who are doing serious time for this crime. I was kind of surprised by that. I've never seen a prosecution so intent in like unraveling things. Like this was, and I don't know if it's because of who the guy is. Like he was a professor at the law school, and that's
like a staple of the community or something.
A staple of the community, a Harvard graduate. Like, are these people they get celebrate? I don't know.
Justice. Harvard graduates get access.
You think
to
so?
justice.
Like, I'm curious why this is like.
Okay, listen. If I tell people I went to Syracuse, they're like, "Oh, that's great." If I told somebody I went to Harvard.
Yeah, I mean, we know a couple.
They would
people,
never let me in there. I'm too stupid.
There's a couple people in our community who went to Harvard Law, right? Like,
I don't know.
I know a couple. Like,
I don't. The reason they don't tell me things like that is because I just follow them around screaming, "Yeah, this guy so cool, Harvard."
I mean, what would you do if you went to Harvard?
Spend $80,000 a year.
What do you mean?
That's how much it costs to go to law school there. 80.
Is that less than Syracuse?
Nope, it's more.
Oh, there's like 70.
Yes.
UNLV is like $25,000 a year. Real cheap.
We summer in Nantucket.
This was just an interesting one to me. I hadn't got into it before, and it's just there's so many twists and turns. And then the ex-wife.
Well, when are they going to stop charging people? All right, everybody murdered him.
Well, that's the number one suspect of somebody who has like the motive is the ex-wife, right?
Yes, usually she did it.
And she's
in the book study with a Kendall.
Right. Well, whatever that is. She's not charged with anything yet. But we've had every 2 years somebody new getting charged with murder in this, scheme that everybody seemed to know about and everybody seemed to be in on.
Oh, Brad's murdering today.
Yeah, and it can be that many people could be responsible for a murder, and under Florida law and under Nevada law, you can be convicted of first-degree murder without being the person who pulled the trigger.
Correct. There's many different theories. Aiding and abetting, direct commission, blah, blah, blah.
If you kind of put it in furtherance and, didn't put a stop to it or like participate in it actively, you could be convicted of the murder as well. So it'll be interesting to see if anything else comes out of this. There's obviously going to be some appeals on it. I didn't watch any of the trials. I haven't been watching any of it closely. I just wanted to bring this to your attention and
it's
talk
wild,
about it because it's an absolute wild story. And I thought it had something to do with the local Adelson family is why I was like, well, I'll look at this when it comes up. But today, good time to talk about it.
Because it was recent.
Because it's very recent. I don't know what the lesson is here. Like we always try to
If you're going to murder, don't put it in a group chat. Probably don't search shit on your phone.
Don't have somebody on the payroll. Like that was one thing that was one thing that you see in like shows is somebody
maybe
being
also
on the
don't
payroll.
murder. Like maybe don't
murder. Just
maybe figure something else out, dude. Develop a competing business. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like there's probably other options other than killing them.
It all comes down to these kids and like wanting more time with the kids.
I mean, of course I want more time with my son, but that doesn't mean I'm going to kill his mother.
Well, we have so many clients that like they're
because then you get no time with them.
That's true.
You go to prison.
Their feelings of what justice is, and they say the judge is against them, right? The judge is against me. Most times I see judges,
they hate you,
and they are sitting in the middle and just trying to call balls and strikes. Sometimes they get it wrong. Sometimes they get it wrong, and sometimes they disagree with you.
That's
and
the worst sin. That is the worst sin that can be happening.
They see things differently than you.
Listen,
right?
I see things the right way, and what I say is correct.
And we all deal with biases, seeing things in our own light based on our own experiences.
I am accuracy. I like my accuracy.
And you go in and you hate this other person, and you think that you deserve full custody of this child. Mm-hmm. And if you see it from the outside, somebody's going to look at it much differently. And you see so many people that go in and say, hey, you agree with me if I say this, this, and this, and this, right? And they're like, not to make an enemy. Yeah. Like
I'm speaking my truth.
I agree with you. Yeah. Let's just say the family court system has created a lot of monsters, and sometimes rightfully so, and sometimes wrongfully so. Sometimes it is the individual that should be
very correctly
at fault for this. All right. Well, I'm going to move into something lighter that is more on with things that we've looked at recently.
More on brand. This is cops arresting the wrong guy. We've had so many of these recently. I don't know why.
Learn how to read. I don't care about training.
This one's a little more.
That was my bad, bro. Put your fucking hands up, or I'm going to shoot you in the face. I'm sorry. Look, I probably wasn't my best self when I was screaming that I was going to murder you. And come on, bro. Dab it up. Don't fucking dab me up. Get the fuck away from me.
Thanks for my student loans.
That was my bad, bro.
Happy Veterans Day. This is a veteran who gets arrested because of the crimes of his father. All right?
Jesus Christ.
They're arresting. Why am I saying Mary? They're arresting Junior instead of Senior.
That's confusing.
Insert the video here.
Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. What? Sheriff's office. Can you open the door, please? The sheriff's office, Seminole County. Can you open the door, please? Can you open the door, please? Hey. Hey, hello. Hey, my name is Desmond, Seminole County Sheriff's Office. Hey, how's it going? Yes. Are you Victor, Mr. Victor?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to talk to me?
Yeah, just right here.
No, negative.
What's your date of birth?
I don't give that up.
Okay, do you have a son or just you? Victor,
What do you ask me to have a son?
Look, I don't want to do this. We got to talk to you about something, okay? And I'd just rather not do it in front of your family. We could just be right here.
About
okay?
what?
About what?
My husband's in the military.
And I understand that, but if you just come out here.
Nope, negative, thank you.
Okay, that's not how that works.
Wait, excuse me.
Okay, we need to talk to you.
Oh, Vito, excuse me.
I don't even live in Oviedo.
I don't even live in Oviedo.
I just came from...
We're looking out for the leave, okay?
No,
we're looking for Victor Grullon.
My husband, Gordillo.
Victor Gordillo.
Just come out here.
outside right now.
No.
Look, please, we don't want to do this for your family, but we need to talk to you.
Excuse me, you cannot come into my home.
No. Just come out. I don't want to force my
Wait a minute. You cannot come into my home.
Okay, there was an incident in Oviedo, okay, and we need to talk to you about. So
about what?
About what? What's the incident?
I will talk to you here, but I'm not going to ask you again. I don't want to force you out here.
No, you cannot come into my home.
Okay,
I'm
going to
a
force you out
100%
here.
disabled veteran.
Excuse me, you cannot. Wait a minute. You cannot come into my home. Wait a minute. Hey,
Stop.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're being detained.
call 911.
I want to talk to you, and you're gonna get tased.
What?
That's what I'm
Excuse me,
trying to talk to you
why?
about. You're not your description. We're looking for you. So come
Of
out.
what?
I don't want to take it.
Shoplifting for what?
Come outside
I'm
now.
not even, I don't even go to
My
a
husband, excuse me.
You're gonna get tased. Get your taser out, Nick.
Call 911. What the fuck?
I'm not resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
Don't take
Put your hands on your back.
Mommy, please.
Back up.
I didn't want to do it. Back up. Back up.
Calm down. All right, everyone calm down.
Victor, what the fuck?
Stop.
10-4, trying to secure one.
My husband's been home all day.
Let them work this out, okay?
What?
North 10-6, 10-33, 2209.
Okay.
Where are you taking him? Where? Austin.
We'll get to you guys in a minute. Just give us some space.
You need to back up. Everybody back up now. I didn't want to do this in front of him. I want to talk to him.
Everyone go to
Are
your
you alright? I'm
room.
going to sit you up. Let's just get you out of here.
Now.
All right, I'm going to sit you up and we're going to stand up, okay?
Call 911
I'm
now.
going to sit you up. Watch this leg.
Give me the phone.
I'm going to sit you up. What's wrong with your back?
My back. I've had surgery in my back.
Okay.
I don't get my back.
We'll have the fire department check you out. Okay? We just need to sit you up.
My back is We're gonna lift you up. Okay?
We're going to let's just get you outside.
Can you move? My back is done. My back is done. Can you move at all? My back, my freaking feet are hurting right now. I can't feel my feet.
We're gonna try to
My
lift
back, dude, my back is gone. I'm serious. Like I don't.
Is that the in route?
Can you sit me down? Like everything is like hurting right now. Dude. It's hurting.
And they came into my home.
What's going on? Is your legs hurting?
When my back goes out, I can't put pressure. You guys just put pressure on it.
Would you? Are we able to sit you up? I understand. We're able to sit you up or lean you outside.
You can't. I cannot stand
Except
up.
for you release the channel.
We're able to lift you up, Victor.
If you lift me up, I'm gonna go down. I
Okay.
can't-
We just
I
want to
can't
prop
do
you
it.
up somewhere. Can we get you outside?
But why do you need me outside?
We're trying to get you in a better situation.
I don't have anything from my family. I've been in the military
I
for
understand.
25 years.
We're trying
You're telling me
to get you
stop
better
lifting?
right now. So what?
Dude,
can
you're a
we-
Marine too.
Can we get you outside?
You're in the
prop up against
Marines
the
too.
wall?
And you're doing this crap.
Is your leg hurt? Can I move this leg out from under
You
you? Is that
can
gonna feel
try.
better?
You can try. So you can get some pressure.
Yeah, I'm trying to straighten out your legs.
Oh shit! Oh,
Okay.
oh my!
So if you need anything, that's not
Okay, we got the fire department coming for you.
Okay, what else is hurting? Is it just your legs?
I can't stand up, dude. You
Okay.
just like you.
What can we do? Is it your legs still hurting? Is it your whole back? Any
My
specific part of your
back, I
back? So we can have
cannot
the fire
say. You can
department now.
stand me up, but my back is gone. My back is gone.
not right.
Where's my
That's my
back?
dad. You're the bad dad. That's my dad.
What are you guys doing?
Just for right now, let's just wait till the fire department gets here. We'll explain some further to you, okay?
Oh my god!
Try to keep you as comfortable as we
You
can.
guys can't tell me why the hell you guys are here at night.
Like I said, for right now, let's just focus on the fire department checking you out, okay?
I don't even know why the hell you guys are here. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking
Here, can you prop him up on this side? I think that's empty rolling up. Is your leg okay bent like that?
I can't even feel it.
Bone the scrimp.
Audio.
$150.
$150 from fucking Piggly Wiggly.
Win Dixie, you know.
Same thing.
Let's get our southern grocery stores correct. Win
I called it
Dixie.
Piggly Wiggly to be funny. I don't think Piggly Wiggly exists anymore.
I think it might still exist, but maybe. Austin, get on that.
Jamie, check it out.
Um,
Uh-oh, I'm trying to be like Joe Rogan.
okay, so a couple things we're unpacking here. Arresting just the wrong person. Like, I guess it is his dad, is what's revealed in the video. How many
90
locations?
in 90 states? They have it in 90 states? Dang, dude.
900.
9,000 states. I love that. Okay. Dang, dude. They don't have them in Kansas. So
Is there a Kansas? It's just
Kansas
barely.
is a
Oh
state.
yeah, right above Oklahoma. I see
yeah.
it. Maybe they have. Maybe they
No,
have
it
it.
is.
Maybe
I'm
they
sure.
have it in Bartlesville. Who knows?
Maybe they don't have it in Bartlesville.
All right, we'll look
Probably in
later.
Southern Oklahoma. Whatever.
That man needs to get that penalty.
Dude. Jesus. That's a lot of shrimp. Actually, it's not a lot of shrimp. That's like what, 6-8 pounds of shrimp? Depending. Little bag of shrimp. Okay. So they can't do that for a misdemeanor committed outside their presence.
Can't do what? Can't do what specifically?
I mean, I think that they can investigate, but I'm kind of at a loss here. I'm a little out of it today. But with misdemeanors committed in their presence, they can just arrest right then and there, right?
Yeah.
But if the misdemeanors committed,
Or a lot, they can choose to just issue a citation and say,
yeah,
here's
or
your
a
court
summons,
date, come
yeah.
back.
felonies committed outside their presence, they can just nab you up, right? They're like, oh, this guy committed a burglary, blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're charging it as petty theft with business burglary, maybe. But I'm just thinking it's a larceny, right? And if it's a larceny, which is a misdemeanor, that's not the proper procedure, right? You're not supposed to do that. Also, they didn't have a warrant. They told him not to come inside the house. And then the guy didn't really seem to resist. He didn't comply, which I guess is resistance in a way, right? But it's not the same as like trying to fight him.
Well, he's trying to understand too, right?
He was asking questions and they were like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this outside the presence here. That's code for,
They're trying to get him outside.
yeah, that's code for them arresting him.
We do not have authority to breach your door and come inside of your
But they
property.
did.
There's this thing called the Fourth Amendment. I don't know if you've heard of it.
It's
be
pesky,
secure,
but I love it.
Be secure,
Haley.
in your persons and your places. Okay, so it's secure in my body, being free to go wherever I want onto my own property,
Your truth.
and my places, so I can go into my own home, lock the door, unless you have a warrant to break my door down, which you could potentially get. You are not allowed to come inside my house.
Especially if I say no.
And if I say no, and he
Those plates level 4.
You guys are stupid.
You got back plates? Ooh-wee.
So the guy says, no, we don't consent, like tries to get his wife to close the door, and she keeps it open just long enough for them to kind of push their way in, which
They were going to do anyway.
they were probably going to do anyway.
If it would have got closed further, it probably would have been worse.
Maybe they would have broken the door down, but then
I think they would have.
then you have an even better like violation of your rights, like a bigger violation,
his
not
rights-
better.
his
I
rights
won't
were-
say better, but
His rights were violated pretty
They were-
seriously. And it
yeah.
said he was injured, so.
well, he was previously injured and had a back injury, and the way they kind of moved him
Eggshell, my
around.
boy.
He is an eggshell. Do you want to explain eggshell just real quick?
You're the PI guy, you do it.
All right. So eggshell is a theory in tort law or injury law, which means that you take the injured person how they are. So if they are an eggshell, if they're like Humpty Dumpty and they are just bodies more easily able to break,
Mr. Glass.
you still have to pay for the damages. All right. So if he has a back injury already and then you just barely tap him with your vehicle and
But
then
he's more susceptible to injury because of his prior issues.
then he needs surgery. After that,
on the hook.
you are on the hook for that.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a guy who was injured, had noted back
Yeah,
injuries.
because he was in the military for 25 years. Of course, his back's fucked.
Yes. Well,
No, not service connected.
well, they're never service related or are always service related. I don't know which way, right?
No, it's never. There's so many things. Oh, fucking
Got shot in the field.
not service related. You got wait. Yeah. Anyway,
So they had gone previously to a prior address that they had for his dad, senior instead of junior. All right. And they got a hit for this address
were
because
they after senior? Or were they after somebody completely?
they were
different?
after senior.
So
Senior
his
was the
dad stole
suspect.
some-
Was the suspect, right? Like I don't know if he had stolen anything.
I wonder if his dad feels
stolen
like a
shrimp or
jerk
not.
for getting his son beat up by cops.
There was a plate number that led them to it, so it could. We've seen plate numbers be read wrong, right?
Yep.
So that even could be something wrong. I don't. There's not enough to go down the rabbit hole of all
Sure.
that here. We know that the cops are wrong. There is a U.S. Supreme Court case 2018. This is Collins versus Virginia. The holding is simply police cannot enter the curtilage of a home to search a vehicle parked within that curtilage of that home, which is a driveway. Everything kind of right around
Curtilage
your
is
home.
the property line.
Okay, so your property line, curtilage, interesting word, without a warrant.
Some old shit.
Even where they have probable cause. Okay.
Yes.
So That is the extension of the Fourth Amendment, because the language of the Fourth Amendment is so simple. So that's why we have our Supreme Court, our appellate courts, all of our courts that interpret the Fourth Amendment, because we've developed, and the world is different than when the Fourth Amendment was written. Property lines are a little different. Weapons are different. That's the interpretation of the Second Amendment. The First Amendment, the medium, internet is so different.
Speech is still the same.
It is.
Everything is the same.
A little more unique.
The only thing that has changed is we have changed.
Vehicles as they exist now, and technology didn't exist at the time. So we have these Supreme Court decisions that clarify, because we've talked for 80 weeks now about just different little details in cases and how they're different. Every case that we have has similarities, but important distinctions and differences. So you say, all right, this set of specific facts, how does this interplay with the Fourth Amendment? Okay. The cops don't understand the Fourth Amendment and how that they're not allowed to go onto somebody's property to search for a vehicle. If you can see it from the edge of the property, sometimes license plates are pointing out, then that's okay.
It's called plain view.
That's a plain view exception to the Fourth Amendment, because there's a big idea of a reasonable expectation of privacy. So if you reasonably believe that you are private, a normal citizen, right? Not necessarily me and Justin, our opinion, but what the Supreme Court thinks is a normal citizen's reasonable expectation of privacy, you are protected there. One of the distinctions we learned in law school, which was kind of a new case when I was there, is things you put out in the trash, okay, on the corner. That is not private. Anybody can go through it. You know that anybody could lift up, and look in your trash. So is that a reasonable expectation of privacy place? Nope. No, it is not.
And you've seen weirdos doing it.
But if you have blinds in your house that maybe are just there's a little slit in them, and somebody has like a crazy, insane camera that can look through and they read some document inside your house.
Turns out it's related to crime.
And it turns out it's related to crime. Do you think that that is a reasonable expectation of privacy? I think that it is.
I think probably not. And the reason I'm saying that, there was a Supreme Court case that dealt with thermal cameras. They had found a drug grow up in the roof of somebody's house by using a thermal camera.
And what heat emission,
the heat emission, yeah. But what they said was that it's only if things are readily available to the public. And that thermal camera at the time wasn't something people could just buy.
But cameras now, maybe, yeah.
Maybe
with the
like with a camera. Yeah. Hell, my iPhone probably there. Like, it's got a great camera on it.
Well, the new iPhone, their zoom is insane. Like, I don't know. Do you have the new iPhone? So the new 17,
the newest of everything.
The new 17 Pro zoom is just absolutely insane. So,
so possibly, I think there's definitely an argument. That's what the state's going to say. They're going to say, look, everybody has this. He left his blinds open. Anyone can see through. Somebody has a camera. They can put it on the edge of the street, sit in their car and zoom in and read his newspaper. The police did the same thing. Maybe the court says, yeah. I have no idea. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I agree with you. I think that it should be. I think that maybe.
And that's why I'm thinking like my blinds can never 100% close, because I have blinds that have little slits. No matter how much you close it, maybe I need better blinds. Yeah, maybe I need curtains, right?
Yeah.
But that was just the example that came into my head anyway, which undoubtedly would be. I'm confident that it's something that came up in a courtroom before of having blinds that you can see through, depending on how far you are from the property. Do I take one step like onto your property and then I can see in versus
that's not acceptable
versus the sidewalk? Like,
if you have to,
if I would have stood on the sidewalk, I would have seen it anyway.
That's different.
So these are the kinds of questions that come up, and the cops are somewhat trained on this, but sometimes the big nuances they don't quite understand.
Sure.
And this is one of the times when the cops will get training based on this, and this will be an example of what not to do. And then they get better at what they do, hopefully.
The thing I've always thought, though, is like, if you have to sneak around and do weird stuff to catch people,
I think it depends on what
you're hunting.
It depends on what the crime is, right? Like in a murder, where there's no suspects, nobody saw a face, right? We were going back to this previous example of Markle, where nobody knows who did it, at least initially, and then there's an investigation. They move in silence, right? They don't do everything public. They are not required to release information to the public until they choose to. So a year down the road, specific color of this Prius that we've seen, does anybody know? And they might even already have some information in the background where it's just, we're trying to get something to come up to
super sneaky
to coincide with, hey, we know there are only this number of Priuses of this model years, because it's like every 5 years they change the model a little bit, right? And it's all new. So maybe they had a list. Buy a new one. They had a list of 200 people potentially. Can we get somebody to say, "Oh, I saw this," and then that just helps us narrow it down a little bit, and then we look into this person a little more. Who knows? Okay. Man, I love the Constitution. I love the United States of America. It's fantastic. Great country we have here.
Greatest country in the USA.
One final topic I want to talk about. Here in Nevada, we've talked about we're getting out of this time, but kids passing away and dying in hot cars from heat exhaustion. Okay, this is a topic that came up recently because there is a case in Arizona where a father had left his 2-year-old daughter in a vehicle in 109-degree weather.
I'll do it.
There are on average 37 kids who die in hot vehicles from heat exhaustion every year. I want to ask Austin and Justin, I want you to guess. Okay, and this is a horrible game to guess, but this is important, I think, for people to know. What is the lowest temperature outside where a kid has passed away in a car from heat exhaustion?
I'm going to say 80 degrees.
I was going to say 90.
The answer is 60 degrees.
What the fuck?
Is that hypothermia?
So no, it is from the sun. Okay.
Oh, cook the car.
Poor circulation.
60 degrees.
Yeah,
Jesus
I saw
Christ.
this. I saw this driving up to Utah recently. They had a big sign, which I think this should be the government function. Educate people on dangers, like legitimate dangers. And it says 60.
Government should do that?
I think it is one of their good purposes that they can serve, right? Like, I think individuals and us sharing this information, like, it was something so interesting to me. I have children.
That's nuts, dude. I was so far off.
You guys are both incredibly far off,
Bro,
right?
my parents left me in the car tons of times.
All right.
I'd roll the windows down, but like, if I was sleeping, we'd come back from getting
Windows
groceries
down.
or something.
Windows down does change things, but 60 degrees.
It was like 100, but they'd leave me in there.
The temperature can reach in a vehicle over 100 degrees, based on it being 60 degrees outside and sunny. Okay.
They need to figure out how to do that with houses, so that like for heating bills, dude. If you could figure out how to do like the conduction or convection or whatever the hell it's called with the sunlight.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, that I like.
I don't want to cook, but like if you could figure out how to like tile it just a little bit.
Windows.
Because it's always sunny here. Think about it. You never have to warm your houses.
For the 2 months of the year that we need heat here, I haven't turned on my heat. We're mid-November already, man. Like, it's
I haven't turned mine on either, but when it needs
December and January.
It's 2 months.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
now that we're going to get an extra
February.
million people here.
Yeah, you saw that news.
Ad. Go
all right,
away.
So I guess PSA to everyone that 60 degrees potentially is the lowest it could be, where there's heat exhaustion that could lead to death in children. One of the things medically is children's like heat monitors in their bodies just are not good at regulating heat.
They also they can't regulate their own temperature.
They overheat a lot quicker than adults do. That's just just the truth of medical of children.
Year or two of their lives.
Yeah, and then kids need to be rear facing in vehicles, so air getting to kids in back seats is also a question. Like, and in Las Vegas, where temperatures can get 115 plus, vehicles can be 130, 140. Got to run that AC.
If 60 gets you to 100, then 115 probably gets you to a lot more.
I think, it can.
I'm not a.
I've never.
You're the math guy, but I would.
I've never measured the temperatures of that, so I don't really know. I know that the people do studies on this. There are coalitions about safety from heat exhaustion in vehicles, and we're like we're getting out of that time, but this specific case came up. This is a guy with the name Christopher Schultz.
So this is saying 150 to 165.
Wow, that's insane.
That's like a sauna.
I've gotten in my car, like my last car, I couldn't start remotely. And I have really felt like I was ready to pass out after, because it starts blowing hot air when you get in the vehicle.
Yep.
And it's just, or you can make fun of me. It's fine.
I felt like you're going to pass out
a couple times.
Because you got in and it was
just
hot. Do you drink enough water?
I don't think
You
so.
shouldn't.
Definitely not.
You shouldn't pass out in
I
2
didn't
seconds.
pass out.
You shouldn't feel like you're going to pass out.
I'm just saying, I felt like it was just so
Are you being like
hot.
What's the word? You're kind of making a joke. You didn't actually feel like your head was getting like you were going to actually.
No.
You're just saying it was really hot and it was.
It was really hot, almost to the point of
literally like you started to get the wah-wahs or something. Like, bro, you need to drink more fucking water.
No.
Immediately the temperature and Shane passes out.
No.
It's like the lights turn on and conk.
Never felt like lightheaded.
Okay,
but just like
that's what I thought you meant. And I'm like, bro, you need to see a doctor.
Like, man, it's like.
No, it sucks.
I care about you and love you. Please take care of me.
I can remember a couple times worse than any others where it's just like, I feel like I'm in a heater and I'm just like, know.
There have definitely been times that I get in and I don't think about it and shut the door and the window can't go down fast enough.
Yeah.
For me to like kind of feel like, ooh, I need to get out of here. I'm panicking.
We are so far away from the summer when like this is a good tip, but it is good to roll down your windows. If it's hotter in your vehicle than it is outside, roll down your windows.
Yeah, it's rolling down.
And once that air conditioning does start getting cold, then's the good time for it to, then you can roll back up those windows.
Air conditioning is working and then you roll them up?
Yep. You got it, buddy.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, not everybody does that. They think that keeping the windows closed and waiting for that cold air to come
I thought
in.
you meant they don't roll the windows back up once the AC's on. I'm like, wow, these people.
No.
The government doesn't need to protect them from anything.
Well,
just let it happen.
Global warming.
Let it happen.
And even higher, there are people who even will open their door and close it.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I've wafted. I'm like, hey, we need you to move in here, buddy.
I've seen studies that actually does work. Not farting.
Air circulation.
Gross.
Obviously.
Yeah, but some people don't get it.
Science.
Okay, because that first hit of air conditioning,
God wills it,
does not help at all. It's just at 140 degrees rolling in
lava. Just
So
it's like that Raiders from the Lost Ark, when his face melts. Let's clip that in. Can we do that? Just throw the picture in of his face melting. Oh yeah.
All right, this one reminds me of you because you're a loser. Christopher Schultz. Okay, unemployed.
That's me.
Plays video games all day.
I don't do that.
All right. And his wife is a doctor. All right. She's an anesthesiologist. All right. So he married up. They have 2 kids.
What do you mean he married up? You don't know what his job used to be.
Well, I don't know about that.
Maybe he was a fucking rocket surgeon.
I mean, everything that comes out from his criminal case, because he's charged criminally for murder.
That's the reason we're hearing about him.
For his kid dying.
Who would murder? Oh. I was like, who would murder somebody when you have that sweet setup? You got to do nothing.
His kid dies in the hot car. Okay.
Because he's a moron.
Comes home, parks in Tucson, Arizona.
Ugh.
All right. In June or July.
120 degrees. 122 degrees.
109 degrees this day.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. Leaves the kid in the car to go inside and play video games because he thinks that the kid's okay. He forgets or doesn't remember that his car and air conditioning shuts off after a half hour. Leaves the kid in the car for 2 hours.
Wouldn't have mattered.
His wife gets home. She's a doctor, tries to perform life-saving,
There's no...
on this child. Gets to the hospital. Kid passes away. Okay. Heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
Extremely sad. During the criminal case, the text message exchange from husband and wife comes out. It never comes out in trial because you have spousal privilege there. Through any medium, right? Every court has held that any medium that you send a message to your spouse, in person, text message, phone call, voicemail that you expect nobody else to hear is protected. But it is what's called discoverable. Okay, so there are some items that are discoverable, which means that they can be used in discovery, provided. All right, so when you get arrested for murder, they will take your phone. They will do a search of it, and there's a special program that pulls everything from your phone. Even some things that you think have been deleted are still there. Some things are gone. Some things get overwritten. Just depends on the item. Okay. So his text message, his wife says, I've told you before, do not leave our kids in the car. Okay. Testimony from the older two siblings says, yeah, he's left us in the car before. He's been too busy playing his video games and bringing in his food. Okay. So 9 and 5-year-old older siblings.
There's not enough of a sentence for this guy. Is video games and your kid's gonna get killed? You
As
fucking
somebody who
idiot.
played video games a lot, I've never once left my child in the car.
I don't even think I've been.
I guess if like, okay, I'm going to bring these things in, but I'm going to leave the car. Like if I'm bringing in groceries, I'll leave the car on and then go get them. But like I've never once been like, oh, I can't wait to play Madden. Oh, I have a kid.
I have
Not anymore.
I feel like I have a lot in my life. You know, I have 5 kids, right? We run this business.
You're a busy,
I've got
busy
responsibilities outside. I try to cultivate my relationship with my wife still. I try to have hobbies.
Cultivate.
Yeah. I feel like it's something you got to
Growing something over there, buddy?
continually build. Whatever.
You
dude.
gonna have another kid?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know what kind of cultivation you were talking
done.
about.
That is done. Just keep
You have been eradicated.
Keep the relationship alive and love. I think marriage is something you got to work out. So not just something that comes naturally. So during this case, one thing, I know you've been dealing with this a lot, is he is able to go to Maui for a week with his wife and other 2 children. Okay. So he goes on a vacation. On a vacation while pending sentencing. Because a lot of people see this and think, this is a child killer. He should not be able to travel to Hawaii, the most beautiful state ever, you know, and what, do we disagree on Hawaii being the most? Alaska's pretty too.
Hawaii's more comfortable.
Tropical.
But Alaska's
a tropical beauty.
Dude, and it's a different kind of pretty.
If you like that foresty style, then yes, that is amazing.
If you like stuff that isn't awesome, go to Hawaii.
So people are up in arms about that. I know, we have some people pending a criminal case sometimes that are innocent until proven guilty, right? Always innocent until proven guilty, except for in the public eye, right?
Yeah.
And they asked to go to a funeral. They asked to go to different, like him going to his own child's funeral was something that was important to him. He had a very rich wife who would, presumably be able to make bail, because the going rate now, you have to pay 15%. So if it's $1 million, you have to pay $150,000, take out another mortgage on the house. They'll do anything to get somebody out of jail. So that's something. And then he took a plea deal. All right. He did plead guilty to a lesser charge of second-degree murder. He was pending sentencing on the day he was supposed to go in. Maybe you'll see the end of this story. He dies by suicide.
Obviously.
Okay. And this is just happening very recently, within the last week or 2. So, bone chilling, the entire story, no winners whatsoever.
No.
I ask you because his attorney obviously laid out everything, says this plea deal is a guarantee of something lesser, right? Mm-hmm. And there are always, a jury's unpredictable. Sometimes you can get a hung jury and then the very next trial you get convicted of murder.
Well, isn't it just a negligence standard anyway on the kid stuff?
When we were looking at Florida, we've looked at this in Florida before. I'm very confident Arizona probably has similar to Florida, where it is not a higher charge. It is probably a lesser charge, and it converts to murder very, very easily. Mm-hmm. There's going to be testimony of children that comes in that was undoubtedly recorded that says, yes, my dad has done this before. A child can testify against you. Your spouse might not, but a child can, because
she can if she chooses to.
No, she can't choose. No, it's his privilege to assert. It's not her privilege. It's his. Yeah. Mm-hmm. His attorney can say, I do not want her to testify. And even if they get divorced, most states have, if you say it during the marriage, because we believe in marriages and the sanctity of marriage and the protection of marriage, if you say, I killed this person, they can turn you in, right? And they can look into that. but they can't use her testimony as evidence saying he told me that he killed her. Okay. They can use that as probable cause to go and look at you, but they cannot use that. Okay. And it's my privilege. It's my privilege to assert that what I told my spouse. Same thing as clergy. Okay. Clergy privilege as well. If I tell my minister, whatever, hey, I killed this guy, he can go alert the authorities, but he could never testify against me at trial unless I allowed it, unless I waived that privilege. Okay. So it is an individual's privilege. Okay. Same with attorney-client privilege. Like Justin might at some time be required to testify in a trial if his client decides, no, I want Justin to testify about what I told him.
Yep.
Okay. So they might waive their privilege. It's not Justin's privilege. It's the client's privilege.
But we have
and
to
it's the
protect
spouse. We have to protect him unless ordered to do so differently. And it's clear that this person has waived their privilege, kind of given up their privilege.
Ineffective assistance of counsel claims, they get to break down like what they told them, what were they informed of, blah, blah, blah.
So yeah, she could tell the cop, she can turn over text messages, she can do whatever, but she can't be compelled to testify as to things that were said.
Yes.
Okay. Potentially in some jurisdiction, it depends. Some jurisdictions say spouses don't have to testify at all. Some can say what they saw, what they did, what their response was. Potentially she could testify and say, how was the child when you found her? Like,
I'm sure
what was the state? So there's distinctions there, but most attorneys would know, and this would be probably a subject of a motion to eliminate before the trial. What are we limiting this to? Hey, tell them that they are going to cause a mistrial if they ask the question, in this way that asks what he said to her, okay, or what she said to him, whatever. All right, sad story. Listener question to end our week off. What's the most interesting legal loophole you've ever come across? I have a good one. Loophole. All right, so
let's hear yours. Maybe it'll make
mine's kind of corny. When I first started my practice of law, I did HOA foreclosure litigation. Okay,
Another one you want to?
It was interesting because about priority of liens. I don't know if we've ever talked about this. Have we ever talked about this ever?
No,
why this was such a big
priority, super priority, all that stuff.
All right, so there is usually a system of priority, and whoever records their lien first has the most rights.
First in time, first in right,
and can't be extinguished unless there's statutes and laws that change that. Okay, so in old Nevada law, there was a confusing law that called an HOA lien. An HOA can have a lien against your house if you don't pay your assessments, your dues. Okay, and in 2009 through 2012, a lot of people weren't paying assessments because they would abandon their homes, couldn't afford their mortgages, bought too much home. You heard of that story before? Maybe happening now?
Short,
okay.
Whatever it is.
Yep. So people were not paying their HOA assessments. The banks would just wait because they wanted the house to recuperate its value and kind of race. They were trying to wait it out. So what HOAs could do is they said, all right, we're not getting paid anything. We have a dilapidated house here. All the neighbors are paying, 10% of the houses look like garbage. We're going to go through a foreclosure. That's our way to get back what we're missing out on. Because an HOA is a nonprofit. They calculate exactly what the assessments are, and that is what they have to pay. Nobody makes any money on it. Okay? So if you have 20% of people not paying, you have a 20% deficit. You can't pay the people you're supposed to pay, and then you got to raise rates next year, and you might be in debt. Okay? And it's not good for an HOA to be in debt. All right?
No one fucking cares about HOAs.
A country can run in debt. That's fine.
Like,
so
seriously, they shouldn't
HOAs
exist,
would
dude.
foreclose.
Mm-hmm. Sell the house.
Sell
it
house
at an auction.
And so
the only lien that could get satisfied was the HOA, and they changed it to where it doesn't extinguish the liens anymore.
No. Here's what happened. There was a statute on the books that said that the HOA's lien was superior to the bank's lien. So these houses were getting sold.
What?
For
You got the money from
$5,000.
You got the money from me to buy the house, and then you have your trash fee or whatever for these HOA.
So the houses were getting sold because people didn't realize that they were extinguishing the bank's deed of trust for $3,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Then 2015, the decision comes out. Oh yeah, that HOA lien was ahead of the banks. You're screwed. You get no money, banks. So there were people who bought hundreds of these houses who were kind of clued in, who thought maybe they'll just rent them out temporarily, but then they were winning in court. And so they bought hundreds of thousands of dollars of homes. Okay. There were a few different companies that bought them pennies on the dollar. They had to pay an attorney to do litigation, which was tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, well.
But they were renting out the houses in the meantime. And made millions of dollars here in town.
Like maybe tens, hundreds of millions.
Bank of America, countrywide loans. Some of these players lost millions.
Good.
Multi-millions of dollars.
Good.
I didn't have any money
because
I came in after the fact and we were litigating it. And it was like, wow. So we're constantly getting Nevada Supreme Court decisions that kind of clarified things. They couldn't extinguish Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae owned because the federal government is special, right? They don't get extinguished. They can't get extinguished. They're too awesome.
They could be extinguished.
So even if people, there's no recording that says it's Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac owned, still wouldn't get extinguished. But, I guess that's the game.
That's not my favorite.
That's the game.
We're done.
That's a loophole. All right. People made millions of dollars. I don't know if it's ever going to happen again. Oh my God. You didn't love it?
No, I mean,
you wish that you had bought some. All right. Doesn't like when I talk.
that's not true.
Welcome to the Justin Show. Peace.
Shut up.